ESWATINI Red Cross Society received clothing from Edgar's, which are expected to be given to those who are in need in various regions of the country. Private investigator Hunter Shong encourages students from the universities of the country to continue with their academic work so that they can be able to proceed forward. The Deputy Prime Minister, Senator Themba Masuku, encourages Yemaswati to support Dr. Thandiwe Dlamini's work of being a book writer. He was speaking at the launch of her book, which only cost 300 Malangeni. He stated that book writers have the philosophy to continue to give detail of life.
The Deputy Prime Minister, Senator Themba Masuku, has congratulated Dr. Thandiwe Dlamini on the success of her book. Speaking at the launch that was held at Mountain View in Babane, the Deputy Prime Minister encouraged the Yemaswati to buy and read the book and said one can learn a lot from Dr. Dlamini, who has done very well for herself and the country.
What we need to do is buy this book, read. And what I'm going to ask today is you need to do a volume, because you haven't told us all that we want to do. We want to learn from you because we have learned from you. We want to be inspired by you because you have inspired us. You know, we want to be the best because you have shown Yemaswati how to be the best. So this book is going to form part of the history of this country, because what you will be reading here, the researchers and the scholars are going to pick up stuff and link certain...
When delivering her remarks, Dr. Thandiwe Dlamini expressed her gratitude to her family members for supporting her throughout her journey and stated that the book titled The Blessed Life can inspire a lot of people.
I would like to thank God for being there for me through the challenges and in good times. The priests and nuns who walked this journey with me. My parents, my father, for teaching me to love reading, and my mother for saying hard work never kills.
She concluded by encouraging Yemaswati to start practicing the culture of reading and writing, as that can open one's mind. For Channel Yemaswati News, I am Demalang Dlamini with Kimberly Mavuso in Babane.
The former central bank governor, Majosi Stole, was bid farewell last night. Stole stated that he commended the support that he got from the country's authorities while serving the institution, stating that he wished the newly appointed governor all the best in his duties. The former governor of the central bank, Majosi Stole, was bid farewell yesterday by top government officials and those in the corporate sector after he had served the central bank for a number of years and also served in different positions politically in the country, where the former governor expressed his appreciation from their majesties for having trusted him with such a big task.
To start my appreciation by expressing my sincere and genuine thanks and gratitude to His Majesty the King, Her Majesty Indlovukazi, for taking a gamble on a relatively unknown me and tasking me with such high-level national duty for many years. It all started in 1998, following my election as a Member of Parliament for Mafutseni Nkundla. Their Majesties somehow saw it proper to appoint me Minister for Economic Planning and Development. This office I held for 2 years. Thereafter I was given another task of heading the Ministry of Finance for 13 years. Of course, beating the record held by Dr. Sbusiso Barnabas Dlamini, he was the longest serving Minister for Finance. Sengale Ngalelo record, I don't know why Their Majesty allowed me to do that, but they certainly did. Thereafter, I was assigned by His Majesty to be the governor in the Central Bank of Eswatini. All I wish to say, Joina, Babwam Shifin Kadongulu, Baite, Bueno Palat, Goes, Lovugas.
The Minister for Finance, Neil Rickenback, stated that Machozi Stole was one person who was able to be accessible to advise him after assuming,
as you can imagine,
and stated that he had served the country very well.
I'll give the governor a call, and he's always very gracious, and sometimes even without a call, he'll say, you know, Minister, what if one considers this, what if one does that? And there's just a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of wisdom, you know, having been around the block a lot more times than a young minister has. And I just want to express my appreciation, Governor, for all the times that you've been, and that you've helped, that you've given advice, and the gracious way that you do it with. I think people were talking about it earlier, your attitude and the way, your manner.
The former governor also wished well the new governor, Dr. Philomene, says he assumed his mandate as governor of the Central Bank. For Channel Yemaswati News, I'm Nidashowe, Babane. The Eswatini Medical Christian University and Eswatini Epilepsy signed a memorandum of understanding which will allow the support of people living with epilepsy. We have a report. The Eswatini Medical Christian University, in collaboration with Eswatini Epilepsy, signed a memorandum of understanding so that they can work together in different aspects, especially in supporting people living with epilepsy to be given the necessary support they need and to be also given attachments in the university. Professor Paul Young from the university stated that it is important to follow the principles of God in every project everyone is embarking on. Therefore, as a university which is of Christian values, they will continue to encourage that spirit.
I believe that love is the most fundamental factor when we try to help suffering people with our various professional skills and knowledge. So I love 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 8 among numerous verses in the Bible. After explaining what love is, the Apostle Paul says in verse 8, love never fails. Love never fails. Paul says prophecies will cease, tongues will be stilled, knowledge will pass away. But he says, love never fails.
Eswatini Epilepsy Director stated that it is commendable to have a collaboration, to have a relation with the university.
We are also aware of the plans on the cards for studies in medicine, which will be the first of its kind in the country. We therefore found it prudent to have a formalized working relationship whereby some of their completing students can be attached to our organization for purposes of fieldwork education and educational research. It is worth noting that MCU has over the past 3 to 4 years been attaching their students with EEO. Hence, this MOU will formalize the attachment and further give it a more strategic focus.
For Channel Yemaswati News, I'm Nidashowe, Babane. Nature encourages men countrywide to play their role in assisting the country to meet its health targets, especially by assisting the institution in issues of the fight against HIV, gender-based violence, and also donate blood. Nature today hosted a workshop where they were deliberating on issues that affect men so that they can also be included in issues of the fight against HIV and also donating blood. President Ngoyana from Nature stated that they have different initiatives that are of great support and wellness program for men in their institution.
Kubalulekile ukuthi nanato tisebenzi tayo inhlangano sikwati ukuthi sitichushise sitikhutsate futhi nangokuthi tinakelele timpilo tabo ikakhulu bobabe ke sibonile ukuthi baphose ngidawuthi badonsela emuva etindzabeni tetempilo ingani ngoba bobabe kulokunye lesikuvile ukuthi uthi babe mina yangithandi ke esibhedlela ngoba nangifika ngithi ngiphethwe inhloko batafike futhi bafune kungihlola lokhu kana ngeteli kona kungako bobabe bathi abathanzi kuya esibhedlela ngiletinye tintfo lesitivako ngabo bobabe kungako ke lo mhla sithite sihlangene ke netinhlangano letfaka ekhatsi swaga sikhuluma tindzaba tekuhlukubetana kulwa nekuhlukubetana ekhaya eSwatini kwekuthi bobabe babonakala kungabo mhlawumbe labahamba embili kubhebhetela noma mhlawumbe ekuhlukubeteni bomake kanti nabo bayahlukubetwa ngakho ke sithi ke kuswaga lomuhla ute nje kutosifundisa kwekuthi ngabe bobabe bangaba njani bavikeli babomake kunekuthi babonakale babahlukubeti ingani ngoba nabo bobabe kukhona lapho bahlukubeta kakhona ebudlelwaneni nalabo labathandzana nabo kungako ke sithi ke swaga ubalekile lo muhla labanye lesinabo inhlangano yelibhange libhange lengadi libhange lengadi ke nalo lite sifundzisa nje ukuthi kubaleke ngani kuhlola simo sengadi kwecala kodwa phindze futhi unikele ngayo ingadi unikelele labo labayidzingako.
More men were invited to come forward so that they can assist the country in the different aspect of the health sector. For Channel Yemaswati News, I'm Linda Shongwe, Mbabane. Eswatini Red Cross Society received clothing from Edgar's, which are expected to be given to those who are in need in various regions of the country, as they will be responding to various operations. The Red Cross Society of Eswatini today received a donation from Edgar's Clothing, which will assist as they continue their mandate of giving aid to different communities to locate people who are of great need so that they can assist them with the clothing, which amounts to multiple thousands.
We partnered with Bapaleli Swaziland Red Cross. It's been years now. Shows every year, see baniki donation. Leya namhlanje is worth 185,000. Then they will invite us. Red Cross will invite us. Nasekamikisa letimbahla to the needy communities where we'll do the formal, the physical donation. So we usually donate 2 times a year. Our next donation will probably be around October.
Red Cross appreciated the gift and stated that it will go a long way in their mandate of assisting where there is need.
Sibaphalali siyinhlangano yesiphambano lesibomvu sithanda kubonga kakhulu kule nkampani lena yaka Edgar's ngelusito lesiniketa lona sibaphalali asakhulumele umnakethu bhuti lana uchazile lokuthi we come a long way. We had this partnership many years whereby bona beta basipha timphahla kwekuthi sikwati kusita imimango lena lesisebenzisana nayo la khona kunebantu labasidinga lusito tsite.
For Channel Yemaswati News, I'm Linda Shongwe, Mbabane. The Mbabane Magistrates Court ruled that a protection order could not be granted against a priest who is senior in the Jericho Church. This ruling was expected to grant
the peace inquiry in the case between Bishop Kanyagweze Vilagati of Medica Jericho Church in Zion and Kumbuzile Tlatrago of Enyonyane Jericho Church in Zion was dismissed yesterday at the Magistrate Court in Mbabane. The bishop was called to answer on allegations leveled against him by Kumbuzile Tlatrago for allegedly sending a team of hitmen to kill her alongside Enyonyane zone leader Boyce Hlongonyane and Indvuna council member Ndla Vela Mavimbela. The matter was presented before acting magistrate Fiso Vilagati yesterday, who then dismissed the case. Following that, there was not enough evidence presented. Reporting for Channel Yemaswati News, I am Nomvuselo Simelane in Mbabane.
Private investigator Hunter Shong encourages students from the universities of the country to continue with their academic work so that they can be able to proceed forward.
Following the sad incident of a UNISWA student who took his own life, journalists from Channel Yemaswati talked to private investigator Hunter Shongwe, who expressed his sorrow about the news and sent condolences to family and friends and also the UNISWA administration. Shongwe urged tertiary students to refrain from following this trend, for it leaves families and the country shattered.
Nebangani nayo administration ye UNISWA ngiyayikhalela kulendzaba lena bekunene ngicela kusho ukuthi lokuthi labantwana sibadali sibafake etikolweni bacetse bafike la university la sebakhona bese badibulala bekunene ngithi lokho inqabha ilembi la administration ye UNISWA ngicela amasokisi enu aphakame bakangwane bekunene ngenhlonipho futhi ngiyanhlonipha but lolo kwendekile bekunene konakalele nani yabona administration of UNISWA uma abantwana baqela labaqelako and futhi baqela ngoba banemalungelo bekunene kumele ukuthi bakuthole futhi bakuthole in time kude ke i-excuse bekunene lento ayibeka ukuthi kwendeke nako you are the administrator. Therefore, yabika ukuthi donke tikhalo nitilalele bekunene. My students, I love you all, my children. But lengushoko ngithi nisicedzile isikolo nyalo nise university. Please, lokhu lokwendekalele lo mfundzi ngiyacela ningakuthathi nikwemukele as if it's a way.
He also pleaded with the university's administration to pay careful attention to pleas and cries of students so to avoid such instances in the future. Reporting for Channel Yemaswati News, I am Nomvuseros Milane with Justice Dlamini in Matapa.
Police plead for relatives of a person who was found idly at Sunduza to come to the nearest police station to report a missing case so that they can attend to the matter.
Lana ngicela sikhala ngana ngisisi na ngifika idolo lana ngabo around 4 kusenjele ukunimbona nani nemkanjala nanyalo lishonile solulana akadli uhlahlala lapha ensimbini ahle asukuma ema so nje sesiyacela nje ezweni samswati ukuthi mabe khona lo mbonako lo matiko she sicela manje babuye batomthatha because sesizamile nekubita nomthetho umthetho uthi hawo sina sithi ngala
yini lenkinga ukuthi amaphoyisa angedela
ngicanga nje kwaba nginemsindo yabo unrest sebayisaba nabo bavikela impilo tabo bengosi ngicanga noma angathinze amaphoyisa because sesiwatisile nawo but neyami inombolo ngabanika it's 76450981
Penzeni papa
it's 76450981
okay siyabonga.
A man is complaining and they are not in good terms with his neighbor after a wall fell on his premise. He states that it has been an issue that has been ongoing for years, while he was advising the neighbor to try and make means of attending.
Ngwenya family from Ngwane Park is complaining about a wall that fell into and damaged their house. They report the owner of the fallen wall promised to reimburse them for the damage caused, but to this day, nothing concrete has been brought to the table. Speaking to Mr. Dlamini, who is the owner of the fallen wall, he stated he wants the old material that was damaged during the fall, such as corrugated iron and the rubble.
Ube ngumuntu vele lotaka buko lokwendekeni wafika sakhuluma waba umuntu okhuluma kahle nami wathi usekhulume kahle nami wathi hayi January wakola t-shirt avula wathi unemfana lafunzako ngika ucela manje kutaba ne delay but April utabe kufolonywe esidini sekucalweni kwakhe kutawuthi nje April vele yekucala indlu tabifulele manje lese kungenda ngazi ukuthi ngifikela ukuthi angicela umsakado uthi amana ngiside sekunemalanga sekwendlulena lamalanga lekawabeka ukuthi encenye senami ngigcine ngithi akusengimane kube khona indledlana le kumane angakhulumiseka ngayo yena ukuthi wathi ngabe la besikhwale sekumbambile ngabe yini achazele mhlawumbe noma umsakade ukuthi ngabe vele ngoba sesemathe lamalanga ngimane akuchaze ukuthi ngabe ngasidakala kanjani nini ngoba sengimshayelene elicingo usho ukuthi inyanga lephele nalena ngiyashaya awuba umuntu ongarespondi kusho ukuthi engwenya kumele ngibanjwe nginawo but masinyane ngiyeda kuwe
kwawa lolibonzanani lwalimatha eni
kwawalibonza lawela kimi nje sho ukuthi kwalawela la kule tindlu tabhidli
kubhidlikile it comes as a shock nami akusenza lebe ngisuke ngibhajethile so ngamkhombisa ukuthi nathi nyalo tithi yakho ngana nathi ngathi bhilizwa kwethu khona one second ngamtshela ngathi last week ngamtshela ngathi in 2 weeks time ngidawuletha emasaka lang 20 asimende sitokuqala lokukhonga lezinto zakhe yabo kwestate before sale futhi ngifuna that old material njenge mathayela ukuthi okay mathayela lemala nanka funa phela ngiwathatha ngithi kodwa ngidawufaka lamasha yes problem okay so savumelana nje ngamtshela ngathi engwena mina nginetikwene sibhadalako ngifila from hand to mouth nasemsebenzini kude lengiholako because of tikwene lengatenda nangenda lokusheshena but akusho ukuthi ngi-acknowledge le damage lento wethu but bengingayiplanning come as a shock.
Okay.
But ngidawukwenda ngidawudenda letinfo kancane. Ngidawuqala ngaphinga itini ngatibhaka ikhona nanyalo.
Dlamini also stated he has already purchased building bricks to be used to renovate the house that was damaged, so Mr. Ngwenya should just be patient with him. Reporting for Channel Yemaswati News, I am Nomvuselelo Similane with Justice Dlamini in Gwane Park, Manzini.
Recapping our top stories to end English news. The Deputy Prime Minister, Senator Themba Masuku, encourages Yemaswati to support Dr. Thandiwe Dlamini's work of being a book writer. He was speaking at the launch of her book, which only cost 300 malangeni. Eswatini Red Cross Society received clothing from Edgar's, which are expected to be given to those who are in need in various regions of the country. Private investigator Hansha Shong encourages students from the universities of the country to continue with their academic work so that they can be able to proceed forward. Well, that's all for today. Until next time, please do enjoy the rest of your viewing. Good night.